2 days pass like this and YN keeps an eye on Taehyung and the girl, but she is unable to find out what is going on between the girl and Taehyung. YN Pav, I know Taehyung doesn't like that girl, he is just doing all this to take revenge from me, and I can't see his life getting ruined in front of my eyes. Who knows if that girl is a gold digger, then who knows if that girl is taking advantage of Taehyung and just using him, then who knows what if that girl tries to hurt Taehyung. Because of money I can't leave Taehyung with some unknown girl like this. YN in mind, I will have to keep an eye on that girl to make sure she is not planning anything to harm Taehyung. I want Taehyung to understand that whatever he is doing is not right. He cannot stay with any girl passing by like this. YN, how can Taehyung trust such a girl? He is a businessman. If that girl brings their private pictures and their false relationship to the media, then Taehyung cannot even imagine what negative impact it will have on his business. That girl can also blackmail Taehyung for money, but why is he not understanding all this? He has become completely blind in taking revenge from me, but I will not let this happen. No matter what I have to do. YN, I will separate Taehyung from that girl. Even if I have to give my body to you for that. I am ready to take this risk. I am tired of all this. I want to end it. I cannot bear this anymore. I will surrender myself to Taehyung, and then whatever happens will be seen. One day, YN goes to sleep without having dinner because she was not feeling hungry. And when she wakes up in the morning, she feels very hungry, so she wakes up and immediately goes to the kitchen and starts preparing breakfast. She made a curry which is based with onion, tomatoes, ginger, garlic, red chili powder. And add all the mixed vegetables like carrots, peas, green beans, cauliflower, corn, and bell peppers, and Taehyung likes her handmade curry very much. Because she made it so different from others, her curry have different flavors. YN serves breakfast on the dining table and sits on her seat to eat, and Taehyung and the girl also arrive in their office outfits. Taehyung and the girl also come and sit on the dining table for dinner. As YN and Taehyung start having breakfast, but Taehyung notices that the girl is not having breakfast. Then Taehyung asks, "What happened? Why are you not having breakfast?" Girl says hesitantly while looking at the breakfast, "I'm sorry, I can't have this breakfast. I'm allergic to beans." Here, YN was about to take the first bite of her breakfast when Taehyung says to her, "YN, prepare another breakfast for her." YN says rudely says, "No, why should I make breakfast for this Euro-V? LWT copyright H again. If she wants to eat it, she should eat it, otherwise she shouldn't. What do I care about her?" Taehyung says with cold tone, "I told you to prepare another breakfast for her, I mean prepare it and bring it." Girl says, "Taehyung, it's okay, I will have breakfast outside, you have breakfast." Taehyung says, "If it's okay, then both of us will have breakfast outside, let's go from here." He says and about to stand up from his chair, but before he stand up, YN stop him and stand up from her chair and says, "I will prepare another breakfast for this girl and you eat your breakfast." Saying this, YN angrily goes to the kitchen and starts making a new breakfast for the girl. YN was feeling very hungry, yet she was controlling her hunger and making breakfast again for the girl, because of which she was getting very angry with the girl. After 15 minutes, YN prepares another breakfast and brings it for the girl, and when she is sitting on her seat to eat her breakfast, Taehyung stops her and says, "Your breakfast has gotten cold, go back and make something else for yourself." YN says, "There is no need, I can eat cold food too. I am very hungry. I can't wait any longer." After saying this, YN was about to pick up the spoon and eat the breakfast. But Taehyung stops her by holding her hand and shouts at her to go and cook and eat the breakfast again. YN shout back, "I told you I can eat this food, even if it's cold." After seeing In stubborn, Taehyung picks up In's plate of food and throws it in the dustbin along with the food. Taehyung says, "Now go and make another." Taehyung says to that girl, "Finish your breakfast quickly, then we will leave for the office meeting." Saying this, Taehyung goes to his study room to get some important files. Seeing Taehyung's anger towards her, a tear comes out of In's eye, but she whipped it Before that girl see that YN crying and she gets up from there and goes to the kitchen to prepare breakfast because she is really hungry. YN says to herself, what has happened to him these days? Why does he scold me so much? Why does he shout at me? Why does he say such angry cold tone? I know why he is doing all this. He wants me to surrender myself to him. That's why he is doing all this, to trouble me. Thinking all this, YN again goes to the kitchen and starts preparing breakfast for herself with a sad heart. And another side, that girl is having breakfast alone there. She felt bad seeing the YN like this. Because of her, YN had to get scolded by Taehyung. And she had to make breakfast again. The girl finishes her breakfast quickly and starts walking towards the kitchen with her used plate, so that on the pretext of taking her plate to the kitchen, so she can personally say sorry to YN for whatever happened today. When that girl entered the kitchen, she saw YN cutting vegetables with a knife. In's entire focus was on cutting vegetables. She looked sad. It was evident from her face that she was angry as well. The girl first thinks of keeping her used plate in the kitchen basin and then thinks of saying sorry to YN, and as she goes to put her used plate on the sink, but her plate slips from the hands, and the plate falls from her hand onto the kitchen basin, making a loud noise, and YN gets startled hearing the sudden noise, and YN accidentally cuts her finger with the vegetable cutting knife. YN ignoring her blooding finger and looks towards the voice in afraid, and sees that girl is standing in front of her in the kitchen. YN ignores the cut on his hand and angrily asks the girl, what are you doing here? The girl notices a cut on In's hand and it is bleeding. I am sorry, I had no intention to hurt you. I just came to the kitchen to say sorry to you. Taehyung scolded you because of me. For whatever happened at the dinner table today. My food plate fell on the kitchen basin, accidentally, due to which you cut your hand by mistake. Please forgive me. YN says, get out of here, out of the kitchen. Girl says, I will go first. Let me see your hand. There is too much blood coming out of your hand. Let me bandage your cut, please. It is because of me you got cut. Let me do this. YN says, I told you to go away from here. I don't need your help. If you leave me alone, that will be a great help to me. Girl says, please don't say this. Too much blood is coming out of your hand. Your cut is very deep. Tell me, where is the first aid box? I will help you with the bandage. That girl says while going close to YN and going near her hand. Seeing the girl coming close to her, YN immediately moves back and says, what are you doing? I told you to leave me alone and don't come near me. Presence. As YN never liked any unknown person presence near to her. She always had a fear of unknown persons, whether it was a girl or a boy. It did not matter to her. And YN already had a bad and negative image of this girl in her mind, due to which she did not want to let the girl come close to her at all. That girl saw a look of fear on In's face, and girl says, don't be afraid. I won't do anything to you. I won't hurt you. I just want to bandage your cut finger. Nothing else. Please let me do it. After saying this, the girl goes very close to YN and holds her hand. But YN is unable to tolerate her touch, and despite not wanting to, she pushes her away to keep her away from herself, due to which the girl loses her balance and accidentally falls on the floor. YN sees the girl falling on the floor, which YN does not like at all. She does not want to hurt the girl. No matter what happens, YN is not even thinking of hurting anyone intentionally. But when someone comes close to her, she is unable to control her fear, and despite not wanting to, she is unable to control her body to keep someone away from her. YN says with guilty, I am sorry, I told you don't come near me. Taehyung says, so what will you do if she comes close to you? Suddenly YN and the girl hear Taehyung's voice from outside the kitchen, and they both look towards Taehyung. Taehyung was standing outside and he saw YN pushing the girl. Taehyung says, YN, I did not expect this from you. I could never imagine that you could even hurt someone. Taehyung helps to lift the girl from the floor and then goes towards YN very angrily. And Taehyung comes very close to her as YN gets scared seeing Taehyung angrily towards her and freezes in her place. Taehyung holds In's jaw tightly with his hand and says, how dare you hurt her? I didn't do that intentionally. Taehyung holds In's jaw and presses it tightly, due to which In's voice remains stuck in her mouth. Taehyung says very angrily, if you didn't want to hurt her intentionally then why did you push her, huh? Taehyung says, I have seen clearly with my own eyes how you pushed her and made her fall on the ground. I thought you were innocent, very naive. But I did not know that behind this innocent face is hidden a big face, which can stoop to any level. YN was trying to say no to Taehyung by shaking her head, but Taehyung's hand was brutally on In's jaw, due to which YN was not able to move her head and she was in pain. YN felt that if Taehyung kept holding In's jaw tight for some more time, her jaw could break any moment. YN could see through all the nerves of Taehyung's hand. How angry he was. YN brings both her hands near Taehyung's wrist and holds it tightly, and tries to remove Taehyung's hand from her jaw because YN is feeling a lot of pain due to Taehyung's grip, and tears start flowing from In's eyes. But Taehyung had become blind in anger, he could only react to whatever was shown to him. He could only see the moment when YN pushed that girl. In's face had turned completely red due to Taehyung's tight grip on her jaw. But after what YN did today, Taehyung had no intention of letting YN go so easily, because he did not want YN to repeat such an act in the future again. Before Taehyung can do anything, the girl comes in front of Taehyung and holding his hand says, Taehyung, please leave her. Taehyung says, she tried to hurt you, she shouldn't have done that. If she had tried to hurt me I could have tolerated it for a moment, because she always hurts me whether it is physical or mentally. But I never said a single word to her, but now she has tried to hurt you, which I cannot accept at all. YN is completely broken from inside after listening to all this from Taehyung, because she knows that what the Taehyung is saying is true. YN is hurting Taehyung both mentally and physically. She hates herself for that. Girl says, Taehyung, please leave her, we are getting late for office, we have a meeting. Please leave her. Saying this, girl holds Taehyung's hand and takes him out of the kitchen and sits in the car. That girl has seen how angry Taehyung is with YN, that is why she tries to take Taehyung out of there in some way so that Taehyung does not get too angry with YN. After Taehyung leaves the kitchen, YN says to herself, he hate me, he hate me. I know he doesn't love me anymore, he doesn't even care about me anymore. My tears or my pain don't matter to him anymore, the only thing that matters to him is the girl. I just wanted to cry in his arms and tell him how much I have been suffering from anxiety and overthinking, chest pain, panic attack, fears, horrible nightmare, past traumas, and I don't know why is this happening to me. I don't even know if this is my illusion or the truth. I am just living my life in fear. I am now beginning to feel suffocated in my life. YN, I am sorry you met me, your life would have been so much better if I wasn't in it. I miss the days when I used to be afraid of ghosts, not humans. I want peace, either mental peace or rest in peace. YN was thinking all this and ignoring her bleeding finger, she kept on cutting the rest of the vegetables without paying attention, due to which In's blood kept flowing continuously on all the vegetables. Taehyung shout, what the hell are you doing, did you lost your mind? But suddenly Taehyung shout from her behind, due to which YN gets flinch and the knife slips from her hand and starts falling on the ground, which could have hit her foot, but YN does not move from her place as if it does not make any difference to her. But Taehyung catches hold of In's waist and pulls her towards himself. Her back hits Taehyung's chest as if the knife falls on the ground, because if Sita had stood there, she could have been hurt in the leg by the knife. In's eyes were down as if she was not affected of any of this. She was not even looking at Taehyung. She just biting her lower lip because it's wobbling and try to control her sobs. Taehyung turn her face towards him and try to cup her face with his hands. But she scarcely back off because of his recent accident, but unknowingly YN's feet was about to going on the knife in floor, but before she step on it, Taehyung lift her into his arm and taking her towards their bedroom from the stairs. And now YN was sacred that Taehyung will punish her for pushing that girl. She bring both her hands in front of her face and cover her face and scared and start crying badly. Please leave me, I am sorry, don't hurt me. Then she heard door opening sound and then YN thought Taehyung will throw her on bed, but no, Taehyung makes her sit in front of bed gently. Then she heard the sound of door opening, she's still hitting her face with her hands. Suddenly she feels Taehyung hands on her hands. He tried to put her hands down from her face and Ram starts opening the buttons of his shirt and takes off his shirt. YN says, "What are you doing? I am sorry. Please don't." She scarredly back off and tried to crawl back on bed. She was lifting her feet from ground to crawl back, but Taehyung hold her feet and pulls her back again on sitting position. Hold her chin to rise her head up as soon as Taehyung holds In's chin. She hissed with pain. YN lowers her head in fear, then he saw that there was a mark of his own hand on In's chin which he had pressed hard some time ago. Taehyung says, "I am sorry," he says, and hugged her, and YN can't control her tears. Because her heart feeling so heavy, she wanted his embrace, his comfort zone again. YN says with sobbing, "I didn't push her intentionally, I didn't want to hurt her." Taehyung says, I know you shouldn't have done that intentionally. But what if she had hit her head on the kitchen counter while falling? How badly she could have been hurt." YN says, "I am sorry." Taehyung says, "You should have controlled yourself and you shouldn't have pushed anyone like this, understood?" YN reply, "Okay." Taehyung says, "You are feeling hungry, you sit here, I'll make something for you." YN says, "There is no need, you might be getting late for your office, you go." Taehyung says, "Shish, sit here quietly." Saying this, he takes out of the room and starts going towards the kitchen. Then his eyes fall on the girl and the girl says to Taehyung, "I have ordered food from outside for YN. Her hand is hurt and she was saying that she is feeling hungry." Taehyung reply, "Thanks." Girl says, "I am waiting outside." After saying Taehyung unbuttoned his shirt sleeve to fold it to over his elbow, he wearing a light blue shirt. Suddenly he felt something wet on his shirt sleeves, then he looked closely and found that it was blood. Taehyung looked towards the girl and asked with concern, "Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere?" Girl reply, "No, I'm fine. I'm not hurt anywhere." Taehyung says, "Then where did this blood comes on my shirt sleeves?" Girl says. Taehyung asks with serious tone, "What? How did she hurt?" The girl tells him the whole incident, how it happened. She went to the kitchen to say sorry to YN. Then the plate fell from her hand on the kitchen basin, hearing the sound of which YN got scared and cut her finger with vegetables knife. Girl says, "Whatever happened in the kitchen today is not In's fault. She was just scared of me and I don't know why, maybe she thought I would hurt her." Girl says, "Me not to come near her, but I did not listen to her and could not stop myself and went to her because her finger was bleeding profusely." Girl says, "You said that Sita is very stubborn. I don't think she would have bandaged her cut finger yet. Her finger was bleeding a lot. You should go." Before the girl could complete her sentence, Ram rushed out of the car and goes inside the house and quickly go towards kitchen and found YN was still chopping vegetables with her bleeding hands and her blood were mixing with vegetables. And as the girl had told her, YN would not have put a bandage on her cut finger. Taehyung says, "Oh my god, what will I do with this girl?" And Ram cannot stop himself from shouting at Sita so that Sita stops cutting the vegetables. Flashback end. A few days pass. One day Ram comes back from office with the girl. As usual, they all have dinner together. Ram goes to his room for some work and Sita follows him. Sita had decided that today, she will talk to Ram and ask him to put an end to whatever is happening between Ram and the girl. When Rama starts leaving room, Sita stops him by holding his hand. YN says, "I want to talk to you." Taehyung aak, "What do you want to talk about?" YN says, "You better stop whatever you're doing." Taehyung says, "And why should I stop? I will spend the night with that girl until you are ready to spend the night with me." After saying this, Ram starts to walk out of the room, but Sita stops him again by holding his hand. YN says, "Please don't leave." After listening to Sita, Ram starts stepping towards her. Taehyung says, "You are stopping me from leaving the room. Should I take it to mean yes, sweetheart?" As she closes her eyes tightly, holding her edge of frocks into her fist. Feeling Taehyung presence near her face. Seeing her silence, Taehyung pushed her on bed and says, "Do you know what price you will have to pay to keep me in your room?" "Right." Taehyung says, "Ordered. Undress yourself," he says while climbing into bed.